From Bird's Nest, Connaught Ranger coming there, Pollettstown just in behind the leader, Sea Pigeon making good progress too as they come down to the third last. Monksfield, Bird's Nest, Connaught Ranger, Paiute losing ground, Pollettstown coming there, Sea Pigeon only just in behind the leaders, and it's Monksfield in the lead now from Pollettstown, Sea Pigeon just in behind them, Bird's Nest and Connaught Ranger very close, coming to the second last flight now in the champion hurdle, and it's Monksfield in the lead from Bird's Nest, Pollettstown, Connaught Ranger, and just in behind them Sea Pigeon over the second last. It was Monksfield who led. Monksfield in the lead from Pollettstown, Sea Pigeon coming there, then Bird's Nest, then comes Connaught Ranger and Royal Boxer, and rounding the home turn now in the champion hurdle, and it's Monksfield in the lead from Bird's Nest and Sea Pigeon. Monksfield, Sea Pigeon and Bird's Nest are the three principals as they come to the last. It's Monksfield who's going to touch down just in the lead from Sea Pigeon. Monksfield and Sea Pigeon, it's a repeat of last year. The same two fighting it out. Sea Pigeon coming there on the near side, and Sea Pigeon's going to avenge that defeat of last year. He's striding up to the line, the veteran 10-year-old. He's won it at last. Sea Pigeon wins the champion hurdle. Monksfield is beaten for the first time in 3 years. Bird's Nest is third. 4 is Royal Boxer. 5, 6 and 7 are Pollettstown, Connaught Ranger, Norfolk Dance, and then come Broadleys, and Paiute is last for France. And so the result of the 1980 Waterford Crystal Champion Hurdle, first number 11, Sea Pigeon, owned by Mr. Pat Muldoon, trained by Peter Easterby and ridden by John Joe O'Neill. Second was number 5, Monksfield, owned by Dr. Michael Mangan, trained by Des McDonough and ridden by Desi Hughes. And third was number 1, Bird's Nest, owned by Mr. Ian Scott and Mr. Bob Turnell, trained by Bob Turnell and written by Andy Turnell. Fourth was number 10, Royal Boxer. So the veteran 10-year-old does it at last. He avenges his 2 previous defeats.
I would say that he was about beaten, just about beaten. And like I think, if it was run again, like the way it was run the last year, and the seed of the Monksfield took them all away out far, he was still winning.
He's still a good horse.
Ah, he's still a wonderful horse. Still a wonderful horse. Wonderful
He's
horse.
no 7 lengths better horse than
Right down and stay there to Monksfield.
He's no 7 lengths better horse than Monksfield.
No way. No way. If you took him on in time out, that was the place for Monksfield to take him on.
No, always making excuses. The horse beat him, he absolutely slaughtered him up this hill. The best horse won.
Well, very true, very true.
Jockey can't go without the horse, and there are all good jockeys in the race. Yeah, the best horse. Definitely won the race because they give the horse a good race.
I'm sure there's an awful lot of pants left here in Cheltenham today.
Coming down now to the third last, and as they do so, it's Analog's Daughter being pressed by Corrib Chieftain. Analog's Daughter from Corrib Chieftain second. Beacon Light and Spello jump at third and 4, and then comes Netherton, but it's Analog's Daughter accelerating again, and Tommy Carberry having his first ride in public on this mare, having a great ride too as he comes to the second last, clear of Corrib Chieftain. Analog's Daughter lands clear of Corrib Chieftain in second. Beacon Light has moved into third, and Beacon Light's a faller. Beacon Light has fallen at the second last. Spello is third, and Netherton 4 now as they race round the home turn. It's Analog's Daughter clear of Corrib Chieftain. Another 1-2 for Ireland here as Analog's Daughter comes clear to the final fence from Corrib Chieftain. She's only got to jump it to win the Arkle Challenge Trophy. And her second Arkle, she's won it, she's jumped the last, she's gone clear. Corrib Chieftain jumps it very tight. Netherton's coming to jump it third and Spello 4 as they race up towards the line. Analog's Daughter sprinting away like a really good mare, getting a grateful pat from Tommy Carberry. She runs up to the line to win the Arkle Challenge Trophy. Corrib King Weasel, Young Arthur, and towards the left, still making ground, the hat-trick seeker, Hilly Way, as they come down to the third last fence now. Chinruller and Desi Hughes from King Weasel and Hilly Way. Chinruller lands in the lead. A mistake there by King Weasel. Hilly Way under pressure. Lord Greystoke trying to get back in the picture now, but Chinrala in the lead as they come to the second last in the Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother 2-mile champion chase. Chinrala lands in the lead. From in second place, Hilly Way. Then comes Lord Greystoke. Desi Hughes in the lead on this Irish trained favourite, the Mick O'Toole trained favourite. Chinrala, who's opening up now. A wide gap between himself and Hilly Way and Lord Greystoke, and looking as though he's only got to jump this final fence to win the first running of the Queen Elizabeth Queen Mother 2-mile champion chase. Chinrala, the winner of the Arkle in previous years, comes to jump it cleanly and well. A great reception already for Desi Hughes. He's got it well sewn up as he races up towards the line. Here's Chinrala defying the mud and winning the Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother 2-mile champion chase with the utmost ease. The rest struggling a long way behind him. He strides up to the line, wins it comfortably. It's going to be very close for the placings. King Weasel and another Dolly involved in a close battle. King Weasel and another Dolly in a photo for second and third place, with Hilly Way fourth this time, and then Lord Greystoke and Dramatist and Young Arthur. And so the result, as we look at the winner there on the far side, the result of the first running of the Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother champion chase. First, number 3. Romany can't afford of the field, really decimated now, and Laxon being chased by a very tired Flame Gun as he comes to the final fence with just one fence between him and assured victory. Laxon a long way clear at the last fence in the Sun Alliance chase. He's just got to jump it to win it. Laxon well clear of Flame Gun, measures it, ears pricked, jumps it well. Laxon a long way clear of Flame Gun, who's coming there to jump it, a very tired second. He's just over it. He's hobbled over it. This ground really taking its toll. He's going to stride up towards the line, probably to be second, but he's getting very tired. Here is the winner, Laxon. Laxon wins the Sun Alliance chase. To the fence now at the top of the hill. Tide Cottage and approaching. Tide Cottage approaching and Darmodage and then McVitie. So it's Tide Cottage being pressed now by approaching Tommy Carberry and Bob Davis. Darmodage and McVitie are third and fourth as they come down to the third last fence in the Gold Cup. Tide Cottage over in the lead from approaching second. McVitie, then Darmodage, who made a mistake there. Then comes the Snipe. and then Master Smudge, and then Chinrella. They're racing towards the home turn now, and it's Tide Cottage who's made all the running so far, being pressed by approaching. McVitie is third, Diamond Edge is fourth. Coming down to the second last fence now. Tide Cottage, who fell at the last fence last year when looking to have it won, is coming to the second last now, pressed by approaching, and old McVitie running the race of his life. But it's Tide Cottage at the second last. He lands in the lead from McVitie and approaching second and third. Then comes Master Smudge and the Snipe, and surely he's only got to jump it this time, Tide Cottage. This was the fence that he was undoing last year. Will he jump it this time? He jumps it beautifully. He gets a great reception from the crowd here. It's Tide Cottage from approaching, and McVitie and Master Smudge. And racing up the hill, Tide Cottage making no mistake this time. Tommy Carberry winning the Gold Cup for the fourth time in his career. Master Smudge putting in a great finish to be second. But at the line, Tide Cottage wins it. Master Smudge is second. Old McVitie is just third ahead of approaching. And then came Chinrella, and behind Chinrella the Snipe. And those are the only finishers in the Gold Cup, of which the result is first, number 20, Tide Cottage, owned by Mr. Stanley Robinson, trained by Dan Moore and ridden by Tommy Carberry. Second was number 12, Master Smudge, owned by Mr. Arthur Barrow, trained by him and ridden by Richard Hoare. And third was number 11, McVitie, owned by Miss Pam Neal, trained by her and ridden by Paul Leach. Fourth was number 1, Approaching. So what a great triumph for Dan Moore. That's his third Gold Cup. And for Tommy Carberry, this is his fourth. 1970, 1971, and 1975. And now 1980. Royal Boxer on the outside of Pollardstown, then Connaught Ranger, then Sea Pigeon. Behind Sea Pigeon, Johnny Tarquin. Johnny Tarquin finding this a little bit too hot, this pace for him. He's really getting out of touch now. Now they've got a very long run before the fourth flight from home. Pollardstown on the inside of Royal Boxer, and a Connaught Ranger and Sea Pigeon. Sea Pigeon, the champion, getting a little bit closer to them now. Pollardstown, Royal Boxer, a little between the two, Connaught Ranger and then Sea Pigeon. And Sea Pigeon still closing perceptibly on the other three as Pollardstown leads from Royal Boxer, Connaught Ranger, a Daily Express Triumph hurdle winner, who's now going second. Royal Boxer, third, and 4 Sea Pigeon. This is the fifth. Half a mile from home, Pollardstown jumps it in the lead from Connaught Ranger. Sea Pigeon towards the left of the picture, coming there strongly now, John Joe O'Neill, to bid for his first ever triumph at Chepstow. Over on the far side, Pollardstown jumps it in the lead from Connaught Ranger and Sea Pigeon. Coming down now to the second last flight in the Welsh Champion hurdle, and it's Pollardstown being pressed now by Connaught Ranger and Sea Pigeon. Over the second last, Pollardstown, Connaught Ranger, Sea Pigeon. Coming down to the final flight now. Pollardstown on the far side, Connaught Ranger and Sea Pigeon, who's got it to do now as they come to the final flight. Pollardstown on the far side, Sea Pigeon coming there on the near side. In between the two, Connaught Ranger. This is the final flight now. Sea Pigeon comes there very strongly to land fractionally in the lead. And it's Sea Pigeon now, the champion, going away from Pollardstown on the far side. Connaught Ranger third. A beautifully confident written race this by John Joe O'Neill. He was the Welsh Champion hurdle. Sea Pigeon the winner from Pollardstown. Second and third is Connaught Ranger. Fourth was Royal Boxer. And just coming up to the final flight now to jump it in fifth place and make a little bit of a hash of it, but get over it all right, is Johnny Tarquin. And so the result of the Welsh Champion hurdle, first, number 1, Sea Pigeon. Raimondo, 2.5 lengths off. 3 lengths off Monksfield, and Monksfield closing that gap a bit now. John Joe chasing him along with hands and heels, this little 1978 and 79 champion. But Pollardstown with the distinct advantage still as they race now towards the third last. And see the way Monkey's just carrying his head a little bit on one side. He does not like this ground. He cannot get the bounce out of it that he really enjoys. So they come to the third last, and a good jump by Pollardstown. And Pollardstown certainly has Monkey really on the stretch now. Pollardstown coming down to the second last with a clear advantage. Monksfield about 4 lengths in arrears now, and this is the final flight in this Sun Temple Gate hurdle. Pollardstown with a decisive advantage over the former champion. And Pollardstown's nearly gone there, but a brilliant recovery there by Philip Blacker, and Philip keeping him going. And John Joe chasing Monkey along, but he's still not making a lot of impression. They're well inside the final furlong, and it's Pollardstown, the winner of the 1979 Daily Express Triumph hurdle from Monksfield, and he's going to beat him as they come up towards the line. Monksfield's first defeat in the Sun Temple Gate, and at the line, Pollardstown is the winner. Monksfield is second, and a long way back in third, just coming up to the line, but qualifying for a very handsome third prize of £1,198, no less.
Ben Nevis, over clear. Rough and Tumble's going to jump in second. The Pilgarlic third. A very long gap after that to Royal Frolic, Royal Stewart, and Rathlek and Dromore. And I think these are the only one. And Royal Frolic has refused, and as they jump the third last, Ben Nevis over, well cleared. Rough and Tumble making no impression at the moment. The Pilgarlic is over third. Royal Stewart is fourth. And there appear to be the only ones left in it, but Ben Nevis from Rough and Tumble, then comes the Pilgarlic third, Royal Stewart fourth, and over to Peter O'Sullivan.
So it's the 32-year-old American banker, Charlie Fenwick, on Ben Nevis, about 15 lengths clear of the British champion, John Frankham, on Rough and Tumble, with a gap then to the Pilgarlic in third place, and these three look virtually the only ones. Royal Stewart is a long way back in fourth place. There are 2 fences now between the winning post and history for Charlie Fenwick now, coming down to the second last fence on Ben Nevis. This 32-year-old American banker comes to jump the second last in the National, clear of Rough and Tumble, who's getting closer to him. So it's Charlie Fenwick now from John Frankham, Ben Nevis from Rough and Tumble. These two only in the National as they come to the final fence. Ben Nevis about 4 lengths clear of Rough and Tumble. Rough and Tumble under pressure. Ben Nevis lands about 6 lengths clear of him. They're coming down to the elbow. They've got over a furlong and a half to run in the National now, and it's Ben Nevis and Charlie Fenwick from John Frankham on Rough and Tumble. Back in third place is the Pilgarlic. Then comes Royal Stewart in fourth. They're the only 4 horses in sight at the end of the National, and it's Ben Nevis getting tremendous American cheers here. Here's a historic triumph here. The second American amateur to win the National since the war. He's coming up to the line, the comfortable winner, Ben Nevis, trained by Tim Foster, who trained the winner with Well-To-Do, and he's won the National. Ben Nevis wins the National. Coming up to be second is Rough and Tumble, last year's third, and then that perennial visit.
Wendy, let me explain something to you. Whenever you come in here and interrupt me, you're breaking my concentration. You're distracting me. And it will then take me time to get back to where I was. Understand?
Yeah.
Whenever I'm in here, you hear me typing. Whether you don't hear me typing, what the fuck you hear me doing in here, when I'm in here, that means that I am working. That means don't come in. How do you think you can handle that?
Yeah.
Fine. Why don't you start right now and get the fuck out of here?
Okay.
Good even break it was too. Alert coming over from the far side, from the right of the picture. Skyliner right up there in the early stages, so it's Favaros. Hard Green. Spot his yellow cap towards the left of the picture. It's Faberos and Alert there. These two stable companions from Hard Green and Skyliner. House Guard tucked in behind, as is Chris. Coming down towards the 6 marker. Hard Green with the white face. Faberos on the rails towards the left. The hooded Alert. Then Gerald Martin on the far side. Chris coming there. House Guard and Skyliner. Hard Green, Alert, Faberos, Gerald Martin on the far side, Chris just in behind him, then Yves Saint Martin, House Guard, and then Skyliner as they race down towards the 3 furlong pole. Alert, Faberos, Hard Green, Gerald Martin on the far side, Chris just poised in behind the leaders. House Guard making progress on the stands rail, 2 furlongs to run, Faberos in the lead. From Hard Green on the far side, Chris coming there to challenge these two. House Guard still very much in contention. Coming down now towards the furlong pole. Chris on the far side comes to challenge Hard Green. Faberos on the near side. House Guard in between them as they hit the furlong pole and race up the hill now. It's Chris who's gone into the front. It's Chris now being pressed by House Guard. Faberos coming there again on the near side, but it's Chris from Hard Green and Faberos as they come to the line. Skyliner putting in a good finish. Chris has won it from probably Hard Green, and Skyliner may have just got up to touch off Faberos on the inside with House Guard right on top of them. Then Alert and Gerald Martin. There's no doubt about the winner, it's Chris, but it's a photograph for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Very close indeed, with Hard Green possibly just holding 2nd place ahead of the very fast finishing Skyliner and Faberos right up with them too. And House Guard breathing down their heels. But Chris has made it success number 13 in 14 rounds.
Understarter's orders, and they're out for a pretty level break except for Starway, who dwelled a bit. But highest bidder is the first to go on from Turnavos. Then comes St. Jonathan on the far side with Wit. Final Straw. Then comes Brawfing. And in the early stages, the favourite, that is Nureyev, is absolutely stone last. So they've gone a furlong. Is highest bidder in the lead from St. Jonathan on the far side. Turnavos. Then comes Final Straw. World leader up with the leaders, and still at the rear of the field is Night Alert and finally Nureyev. And so they're coming now towards the 5 furlong marker. Highest bidder is still the leader from St. Jonathan. Turnavos. Then comes Final Straw, and just behind Final Straw is world leader. And still the last two is Night Alert and Nureyev now going up through the field. He's about in the middle of the pack. With that order, it's back to Rawley Guildford.
Yes, Philippe Paquet is making a bit of a move now on Nureyev, but it's still the highest bidder who's made most of the running so far out in front. St. Jonathan very close in 2nd, world leader coming strongly on the outside 3rd. Right there with them too are both Turnavos and Final Straw as they pass halfway in the 2,000 guineas, and it's still highest bidder out in front. Turnavos is 2nd, Torfan and St. Jonathan are the next two. Then comes Known Fact, followed by Wid and Brawfing as they pass the 3 furlong marker, and still a pretty open looking guineas. Nureyev is starting a super looking run on the outside. Look at that white blaze. He's really motoring now as they pass the bushes and go down into the dip. And it's now Nureyev who's gone storming into the lead. Nureyev from Torfan and Known Fact. Night Alert is coming with a late run. So is Starway and Swift Image, but it's the favourite Nureyev being pressed now by Known Fact on the near side. Not a lot between these two. Known Fact in fact is getting up, and Posse is 3rd, and it's Known Fact and Nureyev together. Nureyev just going on again, racing up towards the line. Nureyev just wins the guineas. Known Fact 2nd, Posse 3rd, 4 Night Alert, 5 Starway, 6 goes Swift Image, then Turnavos, and highest bidder followed in by Final Call. Last in the end was World Leader. World Leader, the horse who flattered about 3 furlongs out, in the end finished plumb last. But a terrific finish. A photo it is, in fact, to determine the outcome of the 1980 2,000 guineas. But the anti-post layers have no doubt at all that Nureyev has prevailed. And in fact, started Dick Smalley at the top of the rostrum. Up goes Bill Reese's thumbs. That's it. Under orders for the guineas, and they're away. Mrs. Penny bursts out of the stalls. Pompoes gets a fast one for France, and on the extreme outside is Grandola. And already the field beginning to split into what looks like 2 groups, although the main lot are coming right over to race on the near side. And it's just 2 or 3 right over on the far side who are headed by Grandola from Princess Matilda and Battle Wind. They've already completed nearly 2 furlongs, and Grandola leads right over on the far side from Princess Matilda and Battle Wind. Heading the group on the near side is Etoile de Paris for Ireland. After her comes Ararat, behind Ararat, very prominent Delaire, then Evita. Saison has a good position as well. Right over on the near side and somewhere behind the leaders at the moment is Leicester's Mount, Millingdale Lily, and towards the rear of the field, Gift Wrapped and Rapids. but it's two groups, the small group on the far side still headed by Grandola, but the other 20 on the near side, and this group appears to be in front, are headed just about by Etoile de Paris. As they come now towards halfway in the 1,000 guineas, it's over to the grandstand and John Penny.
Etoile de Paris won the leaders on the near side with Star Chamber. Mrs. Penny right there with the leaders, also Evita, and also well on turns with them on the far side too is Ararat, but leading them on the far side is Princess Matilda, and they're coming now past the bushes on towards the final quarter mile. And on the near side it's Mrs. Penny just about in the lead from Our Home. Then comes Etoile de Paris, then making a run on the far side. The leading group is Quick as Lightning. On the far side, Princess Matilda, but on the near side it's Our Home and Mrs. Penny fighting out the finish from Quick as Lightning on the far side. Then comes Rapid. They're in the final furlong as they come up towards the line. It's Our Home and Quick as Lightning. Quick as Lightning now gets up in the last few strides. Quick as Lightning wins it from Our Home, Mrs. Penny. Then comes Millendale Lily, followed by Repeats, and then just after those a whole host of horses. In fact, the last two or three are Battle Wind, and finally the last one over is Grandola. And so I don't know whether it has gone to a photo. It has indeed gone to a photograph. The outcome of the 1,000 guineas as we wait for the outcome.
It's useless to resist. Don't let yourself be destroyed as Obi-Wan did. There is no escape. Don't make me destroy you. Luke, you do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Join me, and I will complete your training. With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy. I'll never join you! If you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No. I am your father. No. It's not true. That's impossible! Search your feelings. You know it to be true. No!
Pickett's glorious association with O'Brien is now over. Robert Sangster's syndicate thought Pickett was too busy and have now employed Pat Eddery. Joe Mercer takes over from Eddery for Peter Walden. And Lester Pickett becomes stable jockey to Henry Cecil, back where he started after that letter from the Aga Khan to Sir Noel Merlis all those years ago. Henry Cecil is trainer now at Warren Place.
Arsenal so familiar, just one change from last year. At number 3, John Devine preferred to Sammy Nelson, so there are still 6 Irishmen in the side. And apart from Devine, the other 11 players have appeared in the last 2 finals. Talbot, the number 4, of course, for Ipswich in 1978. But that Arsenal team, packed with experience, character, and a common knowledge of the big occasion. A curious thing about West Ham is that when they won the Cup in 1964 and 1975, they fielded a complete team of Englishmen. That in itself is a post-war record, but it's not furthered today because number 2, Ray Stewart, is a Scot. And the decision to play him in that position and Frank Lampard at left-back means that Paul Brush has been left out and is the substitute, and there's a place at number 11 for the busy midfield player, Jeff Pike. Devonshire. Oh, Devonshire's round the back. Oh, right across, it's free. Driven in, and is it a goal? It is! Brooking. Trevor Brooking. The ball ricocheted in off him, and West Ham are in front. Alan Devonshire made it possible. The ball over to the far side of the goal. In they came, trying to make contact, and watch number 10, Brooking. He scored from inside the 6-yard box. Rice's cross and Lampard's header. Rooking again, nice ball, Devonshire. Rooking again. Oh, that's beautifully done, Allen. Now, can the 17-year-old take them on? He can! Allen is through. Oh, what a pity! A cynical foul by Willie Young, and fully deserving of the yellow card it got. A 17-year-old might have made a storybook finish there. And that was an absolutely direct chance of a shot on goal, and spoiled by the worst sort of professional foul. Just look at that.
Courage in the face of adverse circumstances, Henbit's 1980 Derby performance was even more remarkable. Trained by Dick Hearn and ridden by Willie Carson, Henbit had won the Sandown Classic Trial and the Chester Vase, and started a well-backed 7-to-1 shot. Also in the race were Henry Cecil's Observer Gold Cup winner, Hallo Gorgeous, the Sangster O'Brien candidate, Monteverdi, ridden by Lester Piggott, and the unconsidered Master Willie from Henry Candy's stable. Favourite, though, was the Irish 2000 Guineas winner, Nicolai, trained in Ireland by Paddy Prendergast Jr.
Unleashing a run towards the outside, then is Henbit, then comes Hello Gorgeous, and then just in behind the leaders towards the far side to his Prince Spruce, but it's Rankin who's now broken clear into the lead. So Rankin now takes it up from Henbit, then just in behind them Garrido, Pellerin finishing well on the far side, then comes Master Willie and also Hello Gorgeous, but Henbit and Willie Carson now takes it up. So they run now towards the final furlong, and it's Henbit in the lead, Master Willie coming late, Rankin on the far side, on the heels the leading three, it's Garrido, but it's Henbit holding the advantage. They come up towards the line. It's Willie Carson on Henbit. He's going to win the Derby, and he's done that from Master Willie. Rankin, Pellerin, Garrido. Back marker on Pauline. They have 3/4 of a mile still to go, and the dance is still in the lead from Bay Street on the far side of Byrene. Then comes Gift Wrap, nicely placed in 4th place. Rule Britannia on the inner, and in fact now losing touches Pauline, the Irish challenger, with Lester Piggott. And so the leaders are now approaching Tattenham Corner, and it's still the dancer in the lead from Bay Street on the outside of Byrene. Then comes Gift Wrap, Shooter Line, VL, then on the inside Rule Britannia, Quickest Lightning just in behind that group. Then comes Piece of Gold, Gem Gem. Those closely grouped up together. One really out of it is Pauline. They're on towards the final 3 furlong from home marker, and it's a dancer from Byrene, Bay Street. Gift Wrap making a run towards the outer. There are 2.5 furlongs still to go, and it's still the dancer in Byrene, but Byrene a fractional leader here, but only just from the dancer. Those two are then followed by Gift Wrap, VL on the outside, and Quickest Lightning also unleashing a run, but they're running down towards the final furlong. It's Byrene in the lead from the dancer and VL putting in a determined bid, but she's hanging badly in behind Byrene, and so inside the final furlong it's Byrene now being taken on once again by VL, and the dancer's not getting a clear run at all. As they come up towards the line, it's Willie Carson. He seems to have chosen the right one because he's won the Oak on Byrene. A close thing for second place with the dancer. VL on the near side, a gap then is Quickest Line, then comes Shooter Line, Piece of Gold, Gift Wrap, Bay Street, Rule.
To go, and it's Shooter Line in front, Calandra in along the inside with Lester Piggott, Little Bonnie making ground on the outside, and now they race up to the 2 furlong marker, and it's Shooter Line in front. Little Bonnie is next, Raquette is trying to make ground, Calandra comes next, and now as they race inside the final 2 furlongs, it's Shooter Line along the inside, being challenged by the 2 Prendergast horses, Little Bonnie and Raquette on the right, but as they race inside the final furlong, it's Shooter Line out there in front, inside the final furlong, and Willie Carson has done it again. Yes, he's coming down to the finish. It is Shooter Line the winner. Shooter Line has won. In second place is Little Bonnie, then Raquette, Calandra, Quick as Lightning.
Shooter Line at her very best there. And a couple of years later, I went racing at the Meadowlands in New Jersey, just outside New York, and there in a Tuppenny Halfpenny race was, who would you believe, Shooter Line. Now, I was about the only person in the Meadowlands who'd even heard of her. Actually, she did win that night and paid for the day's expenses. But I've always regretted that a great filly like Shooter Line should end up scrambling around in the dirt in the Meadowlands. It really was sad. I wonder what's happened to her now. If any of you know, please write in and let us know.
Turnavoss in the spotted jacket being pressed now by Master Willie. Then towards the outside, Ramian hanging on, followed by Cobbler's Cove. Prince B's got quite a lot to do as they enter the final 3 furlongs. Pellerin is even further behind, and so is Nicolai. But as they come now towards the final 2 furlongs, Turnavoss still in command from Master Willie in second place. Willie Carson now gets a run through on Prince B. After these comes Ramian, and as they race now towards the final furlong and a half, Prince B coming storming through, but still has 2 or 3 lengths to find on Turnavoss, who looks as though he could make all the running in the Irish Sweeps Derby. Racing up towards the line, and it's still Turnavoss from Prince B, with in third place Ramian for the favourite Master Willie. Cerrido making late progress, but nothing's going to catch Turnavoss. That's the line. Turnavoss wins the Irish Sweeps Derby. Prince B is second and Ramian third. Close for fourth between Cerrido and Master Willie. Then came
Just past the halfway mark, and it's Hybrid the pacemaker, pressed now by Willie Carson on Policeman. Lester Pickett's almost last on Gonzalez, but just starting to make ground as Willie Carson rushes Policeman into the lead. It's Willie Carson on Policeman from Hybrid, who's weakening quickly. Dom Aldo moves into second place. Behind them comes Belgio and Speed Bus, an argument as they race round towards the straight, with Policeman pressed now by his stable companion Dom Aldo. Providential looms up on the outside, and Gonzalez making good ground now towards the outside as they straighten up in the straight, and it's Willie Carson on Policeman, pressed now by Dom Aldo. Speed Bus is there on the rails, coming towards the outside with the white faces Shakapur. Then on the wide outside, it's Gonzalez, and with Gonzalez is Providential. 2 furlongs to run, and it's Willie Carson driving for home on Policeman, pressed now by Yves Saint-Martin on Shakapur. Shakapur coming to challenge Policeman with a furlong to run, but it's Willie Carson. He's going to win his second derby within a week. Policeman holding on from Shakapur, and Providential moving into third as they race for home with Policeman, the big outsider, who's going to win the French derby at the line. Policeman's the winner. Shakapur is second. Providential is third.
Oh, gee.
Meow.
That was terrific.
Well, that was really good.
It's really nice.
Good. It's very good.
Good.
Really good, Dad.
Aye.
Bad. Very bad.
And it's sold out, and I love it.
Yes, you sold out quicker, in fact, on this tour than
I
any
sold
other.
quicker on this one than any previous one.
Yeah, and that kind of, I mean, with the success of the tour and working live again, that kind of reaffirmed your faith in what you're doing, didn't
Yeah.
it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've really started to believe those blocks.
Mm. When you're on this tour now, how many tours have you done now? This will be it's a lot, isn't it?
7 or
But
8.
do you feel that you've changed yourself as a performer?
Well, yeah.
In what sense?
Well, I heckle the audience now.
Well, I was going to that.
That was the only way out of it. So I go and say, "Shut up and enjoy yourself, okay?" And they all sit down, and then I got on with it.
You like sort of Barbara Woodhouse too, in this sense. I mean, you do tell them when to go to the toilet and not, don't
That's
you?
right.
Yes.
Well, I tell them that the show's on for 2 hours, there's no interval, and everything that moves is mine. No! With people doing a runner, I turn around to get my guitar, boom! Crawling back. It's really funny when it's down.
Yes. One other thing you do on your show, which I've never seen you do before, and I've seen most of your performances, you play a lovely instrument called, what's it called, an autoharp?
It's an autoharp, yeah.
Which is something new, I think.
It is, well, I've been playing it for years, but I didn't take it on stage before. Well, I did in my early career. I'll show you.
Yeah.
This is it here. It's a sort of 36-string breadboard. or the tomato slicer of the future. It's a lovely thing. It's for the Appalachian Mountains. And
play something.
Aye, I'll play a wee tune. This is a wee tune I wrote for Eutha Joyce, of whom I was desperately fond.
Were you?
Yeah, I didn't know the lady. I just thought she was amazing.
Yeah.
Used to have me rolling about in the carpet. So this is a wee tune I did. It was a wee... I wanted to write something kind of touching when she disappeared, so this is it.
long time ago, haven't they?
I still haven't forgotten.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about the future now, Mildred. I mean, if they are pulling this block down to build offices, we could make a nice tidy packet.
Who told you that?
Well, the blonde next door. The one with the poodle, Hazel. She said they've all got letters the whole row.
Oh, it's Hazel now, is it? On intimate terms, are you?
No, no. She nipped me once or twice in the ankle. The poodle, not Hazel. What are you doing?
I'm phoning around, George. I think it's about time we had a meeting of the Residents Association.
Yeah, well, don't have it tonight. There's a good film on the telly.
Nice wedding photograph there.
Yes, it's lovely, that. It was quite funny, actually, because the boys on the set thought that they'd play a trick on us, you see. And when I brought over the photograph for the first time, I didn't really look at it because, you know, you're a bit nervous in filming when you first do it. And there was this lovely picture of King Kong and a Gorgon with lovely snakes, all, and that was our wedding photograph, and all dressed up. They thought they'd give us a little joke, which they did, of course. And we all fell about, and we took about 30 takes to actually do it, you know. It was quite fun, though.
Yeah.
It was quite fun.
You hinted a moment ago about the business of being rather a mixed blessing, being famous.
Yeah.
And in particular, as George and Mildred, and being yourself, Mildred, do you find that presents special kinds of problems? Do people really believe that you and George are married?
Oh, yeah, yes, yes, which makes it very difficult for his wife. I mean, his real wife. Because she can't go to the grocers. Everybody says, oh, no, you're not. No, you're not Mrs. Murphy. She can't write out cheques, you know, because it should be me. But everybody says, you know, how's George? How's Mildred? Well, when we're on our own. But the funny things happen to us, you know, like lorry drivers shout out to me, if you're not getting it home, love, why don't you look on the back of the lorry minute? And you know, you have to go, how lovely, you know, and all that. Well, the nicest thing that ever happened to me was a taxi driver. I was just coming out of the paper shop with my little dog, and he nearly ran me over, you see. I mean, literally. I mean, he screamed to a halt. I wasn't looking. Straight into the road, you see, because I'm never looking first thing in the morning. And I turned round, you know what taxi drivers are like, and I thought, oh, my God, you know, he's really going to roast me. And I said, I'm ever so sorry. It's entirely my fault. And he said, Mildred, don't ever do that again. We can't afford to lose you. And I went. I mean, I lost my eyelashes. I was crying, you know. It was all that sort of thing. It was wonderful.
Race towards the furlong pole. Dalsan on the far side. Final straw on the near side. Posse coming there very strongly to challenge him. Final straw from Dalsan. Last Fandango over on the far side. Posse on the near side. And Final straw has the advantage, but Posse coming to take it off him. And as they race up towards the line, Posse's going to win it. Posse's going to win it.
The response that Pat Eddery had received from Posse when he unleashed him, a furlong and a half from home, was remarkable.
With Queen of Prussia right up with them over on the far side. La Vista showing speed, and Vienna Miss in the centre running very fast too. Ash Brittle on the near side from Ancient Regime. In the centre over on the far side is Vienna Miss, with Welsh Wind right up with her, and also La Vista. Just behind them come Nazim, and then comes I think ahead just behind them, but on the near side now Stats Emma has come to take it up. Vienna Miss in the centre, Stats Emma on the near side, Nazim between horses, Welsh Wind on the far side with Pushy putting in a good run too. And it's Vienna Miss now from Nazim, Welsh Wind and Pushy as they come down to the furlong pole, and putting in a very good run is Ancient Regime on the near side. Vienna Miss weakening, over on the far side, Welsh Wind and Pushy now, Ancient Regime coming there strongly on the near side. It's Pushy on the far side, just in the lead from Welsh Wind with Ancient Regime. It's Pushy in the lead as they come up towards the line. Pushy's going to win it. At the line, Pushy wins it from Welsh Wind. Nazim is third. Then comes Ancient Regime and Stats Emma and Vienna Miss, and behind them Queen of Prussia, and behind them Sibaris and Norwegian Gandura, behind them Rising Tide, and looking back to last place it was Sturridge Valley. And so the result of the Queen Mary is first, number 11, Pushy, owned by Lord Tavistock, trained by Henry Cecil, and number 1 of the meeting now for Joe Mercer, the champion jockey. Second was number 23, Welsh Win, owned by Mr. E. Hill, trained by John Benstead and ridden by Brian Rouse. And third was number 10, Nazim, owned by His Highness the Aga Khan, trained by Fulk Johnson Horton and written by John Reed. I say that, but in fact it was a photo finish for third place. A photo for third officially, but no doubt about the 1-2. They're all in the Coventry Stakes. They're under starters' orders. And they're away. Light here breaks fast towards the right of the picture. Recitation also. Lord Wimpy's very fast away. Plum Lane in the centre, and Queensbury Boy also running fast. And it's Queensbury Boy in the centre now who's taken it up from I'll See You, then Recitation, then Light Here. Just in behind them come Master Thatch, Hexgreave Star on the outside, Queensbury Boy and I'll See You disputing it, Recitation very close to them, then Light Here towards the far right of the picture in the sheepskin nose band. Over on the far left is Hexgreave Star with Plum Lane just behind him, Queensbury Boy with now I'll See You having taken it over from him. Then comes Recitation on the near side. Cutthroat is in between these two and waiting to deliver a challenge. Master Thatch over on the far side with Hexgreave Star. And now comes Motivato in the very center. Steve Cawthon delivering a powerful challenge, but Recitation has the advantage at the moment. It's Recitation with his white face showing in the lead from Motivato in second. Behind them come Belbeleed, Willie Carson, but it's Recitation striding away now inside the final furlong. Recitation from Motivato, then Belbeleed as they race up towards the line. Recitation is going to win the Coventry very easily indeed. Here's one for Grevelstark here at the line. Recitation wins it. Motivato is second and Belbeleed third. Another round four, and behind them came Master Thatch and Hexgreave Star, Lord Wimpy and Tom the Traveller and Plum Lane and Cutthroat and Light Here. Behind Light Here was Queensbury Boy, the early leader, and another prominent early on but finished last, I'll See You. And so the result is first number 15. Recitation, owned by Mr. A.E. Bodie, trained by Guy Harwood and written by Grevelstarky. Second was number 12, Motivato. Then John, under starters orders, and they're away. Fast break on the outside by Entre Fancy. Etoile de Paris breaks fast in the centre, and all coming over towards the stand side, led by Etoile de Paris. Etoile de Paris from Suavity up there too. Ringer Woody is not far behind him, nor is Sunfield. Poil Crusher towards the far right of the picture, but Etoile de Paris, that is the light colours with the dark sleeves, in the lead from Suavity. Suavity in the hoops right up there is Ringer Woody too. Then Poil Crusher just in behind them, Sunfield. Then Luck of the Draw. Entre Fancy over on the far side being tracked by Hard Fought. Hard Fought, though, got quite a lot to do at the moment as they pass the 4 furlong pole. Etoile de Paris in the lead from Ringer Woody and Suavity, Entre Fancy and Poil Crusher, and Sunfield poised just in behind him, and then comes Abington. Behind Abington is Luck of the Draw. Behind Luck of the Draw is Hard Fought. They're coming down towards the 2 furlong pole in the Jersey Stakes, and it's still Etoile de Paris, Poil Crusher, Ringer Woody, Suavity, Luck of the Draw, Entre Fancy, Hard Fought just in behind them. Chrysippus and Sunfield come next. Snapper Point's under pressure, so's Irish Emperor. They're coming down to the furlong pole. Etoile de Paris being pressed now by Sunfield, Ringer Woody, Suavity, Luck of the Draw over on the far side, and here comes Leicester unleashing a run on Hard Fought over on the far side. It's Etoile de Paris on the near side from Sunfield. Hard Fought under strong pressure on the far side. Sunfield has taken it up now, being pressed by Hard Fought as they come up towards the line. Number 1 for Leicester here. Hard Fought has won it from Sunfield in second, Etoile de Paris third. Fourth was Luck of the Draw, and then came Suavity and Chrysippus and Abington, and behind them Ringer Woody, and then Snapper Point and Irish Emperor and Poil Crusher and Pikestaff, and behind Pikestaff and last was Entre Fancy. And so the Jersey Stakes has been won by number 5, Hard Fought, owned by Mr. Brooke Holiday, trained by Michael Stout and written by Lester Piggott. Being pressed by Arapaho now going second. Then comes Ardros, Vincent improving fast. Crook Monsieur is losing ground. Buttress has got plenty to do. They've got 5 furlongs to run, and it's Lamos now from Arapaho, Vincent and Ardros for Ireland. Then comes Crook Monsieur, then Buttress, then Noble Saint getting a lot closer to them now, and then Billion. They're coming to the home turn now. Lamos from Vincent and Arapaho, and Ardros back in 4th, then Buttress under pressure. Noble Saint is making ground. They're rounding the home turn now, and as they do so, it's Vincent, the challenger to Lamos, then Arapaho, and then Ardros as they turn for home. And under pressure, Lamos being pressed by Vincent, and then Ardros for Ireland coming there towards the right of the picture, and it's Lamos on the far side, Ardros on the near side, Vincent in between horses. Then comes Arapaho. They're racing down to the furlong pole now, and it's Lamos on the far side, Ardros on the near side. Lamos and Ardros. Lamos holding Ardros at the moment as they race up towards the line. Lamos looks as though he's going to win it for the second time. Ardros still pressing him, but Lamos is holding him, and as they come to the line, it's going to be very close. Lamos is just going to win it. Lamos wins the Gold Cup from Ardros second. Vincent is third, Billion 4, 5 came Arapaho, then Noble Saint, and behind him Buttress, and last was the French challenger Crook Monsieur. And so the result of the 1980 Gold Cup, first number 6 Lamos, owned by Mr. Carlo D'Alessio, trained by Henry Cecil and written by Joe Mercer. Second was number 2, Ardros, owned by Mr. Paddy Prendergast. And away. Our home, one of the first to show. And now Docklands going on. Docklands and Lester Piggott going on in the early stages. From Orange Leaf in second, then comes Our Home and Stump just in behind Our Home. Behind her, Battle Wind. Behind Battle Wind, Light of Realm, Cairn Rouge and Quick as Lightning. Docklands making it from Orange Leaf and Our Home, Stumped on the inside. Then Battle Wind, Light of Realm, Cairn Rouge on the inside, then Quick as Lightning as they race towards the 5 furlong mark in this Coronation Stakes. Docklands from Orange Leaf, then Stumped on the inside of Our Home, then Cairn Rouge. The outside of Cairn Rouge is Battle Wind, with Quick as Lightning improving very fast now to run round the outside of them. Willie Carson. Light of Realm is relegated to last. They're inside the final half mile. Docklands and Orange Leaf disputing it from Our Home and Stumped. Just behind them, Quick as Lightning and Cairn Rouge. Behind them, Battle Wind and then Light of Realm. Into the home straight. Docklands on the far rail, Orange Leaf. Then comes Our Home. Quick as Lightning is improving. Cairn Rouge trying to improve over on the far rail. They're running towards the furlong pole now, and it's Orange Leaf coming through in between Our Home. Then comes Stumped. Then Cairn Rouge trying to get a run. Tony Murray in between horses, and it's Cairn Rouge coming to challenge over on the far side now. Quick as Lightning on the near side. Cairn Rouge on the far side. Quick as Lightning on the near side as they race up towards the line. It's Cairn Rouge and Quick as Lightning, and Cairn Rouge is going to win it at the line. Cairn Rouge just wins it in a photo from Quick as Lightning with Our Home third. Then Stumped and Battle Wind and Light of Realm, and then Orange Leaf, and behind them Docklands, who finished last. Think we'll find officially it's a photo, but probably Cairn Rouge has just beaten Quick as Lightning in a dramatic finale to the Coronation Stakes. Cairn Rouge, the finisher on the far side. Quick as Lightning, the finisher on the near side. Yes, the letter P is in the frame. It's a photo finish. A photo finish between number 1, the finisher on the far side, Cairn Rouge, owned by Mr. David C. Brady, trained by Michael.
Super Trooper beams are gonna blind me, but I won't feel blue like I always do, 'cause somewhere in the crowd there's you. Sick and tired of everything. When I called you last night
30th running of the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Diamond Stakes, and the richest ever run. Let's join Peter O'Sullivan.
Thank you, Jimmy. This is Dunette, the French Oaks winner of 79, and Georges Doleurs having his first ride in the Ascot race. Turnavos and Edward Hyde. Next in, the Irish Sweeps Derby winner. This race has united 16 Derby winners in 3 countries in its first 29 runnings. This is Mrs. Penny, a recent French Oaks winner, and Lester Piggott, bidding for his 7th King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Diamond Stakes. Majestic Maharaj, hooded, goes towards his stall. 2-1 Le Marmot, 11-4 Elamanamu, the latest betting, 7 Bar. Here's Gregorian now and Tommy Murphy, and he'll be the last in, the last of the 10 runners to be installed. The white flag raised. They're under starters' orders, and they're away. And Turnavos is the first to show. Turnavos and Edward Hyde setting off to make it, being chased by Le Marmot on the inside of Gregorian. Then comes More Light. On the outside of More Light is Elamanamu, and then Mrs. Penny and Majestic Maharaj, Dunette and Pellerin, and More Light's the back marker, and Turnavos trying to make it as he did in the Irish Sweeps Derby. Turnavos in the lead from More Light going up a clear second now, then Le Marmot and Gregorian and Majestic Maharaj closely grouped, then Elamanamu. Then comes Mrs. Penny and Dunette on the rail, and then More Light and Pellerin has now been relegated to last as they race down into Swindley Bottom, with little now between Turnavos and More Light. Turnavos on the inside of More Light. Just in behind them, Majestic Maharaj, Le Marmot on the rail. In behind them, Gregorian. Then comes Dunette and Elamanamu. They're passing the mile marker now. Behind Elamanamu is Mrs. Penny. And then comes Main Reef. Behind Main Reef is Pellerin. And they're racing towards the 7 marker now. And it's Turnavos in the lead from More Light. Then Le Marmot on the inside. Gregorian and Majestic Maharaj. Behind them, Elamanamu and Dunette. And then Mrs. Penny and Main Reef and Pellerin as they race towards the 6 mark in the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Diamond Stakes. And it's still Turnavos from More Light, little between the 2. Just in behind them come Majestic Maharaj, and then Le Marmot making progress now towards the outside is Elamanamu, with Gregorian holding his position. Main Reef has improved as well. They're racing towards the 5 furlong mark, just passing it now, and it's still Turnavos, More Light, Willie Carson making a swift forward move now on Elamanamu. Main Reef gone there to join him too. Le Marmot comes next. In behind Le Marmot, Mrs. Penny making a run towards the outside, racing towards the home turn now with under half a mile to run. The King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Diamond Stakes, and it's Elamanamu and Willie Carson who just hit the front. Elamanamu from More Light and Turnavos. Mrs. Penny coming there strongly. Le Marmot's dropped right out of it. They're racing round the home turn now, and it's More Light and Elamanamu, the stable companions. Then Turnavos, then Mrs. Penny, breathing menacingly just in behind them. Then comes Main Reef, but Willie Carson has struck the front on Elamanamu, and it's Willie Carson and Elamanamu from Lester Piggott on Mrs. Penny. Gregorian making progress over on the far rail. Then comes Dunette on the outside, and Le Marmot making a great run now towards the stand side. But it's Elamanamu from Mrs. Penny. There's little between the 2. Willie Carson and Lester Piggott as they race into the closing stages. It's Lester on the near side, Willie Carson on the far side, Elamanamu and Mrs. Penny. Elamanamu's just stretching clear now as they come to the line to win it. Elamanamu's won it from Mrs. Penny second, Gregorian third, Dunette 4, Le Marmot 5, behind them Majestic Maharaj and Main Reef and Turnavos and Pellerin. Last was More Light, and so the result of the 1980 King George VI.
The Olympic final underway. Wells got away well, and also going well is Laura, and on the far side Lennon, and accident. But it's Wells on the near side for Great Britain. On the far side, Lennon of Cuba. They can't see each other. Lennon and Wells absolutely together. Wells driving for the line, looking anxious across there, and did he get it or not? It is very, very close. Wells lunges at the line and takes the gold medal.
Steve Ovett in second place, and Coe's got an awful lot to do. He's coming from a long way back, but they've been all over the place in this race. It's been a running battle. Kirov leads, Ovett second. Coe is beaten surely. Ovett hits the front, and Coe can't get through. Steve Ovett coming home to take the gold medal for Great Britain, to beat Sebastian Coe against the silver. Kirov gets the bronze. The bronze. Guimaris is in 4th place, and Ovett looks Ovett is, and Ovett's watching him all the way. But this is the strike we want to see. Can they outsprint each other? Which one is the faster? Ovett in the pulling position, coming up to attack. There'll be no waves, I suspect, today to the crowd. And there goes Coe. He's looking for Ovett, wondering where he is. He's right there behind him. And Ovett gathers himself on the near side. Stroll with the far side. And could this be Ovett's first defeat? Ovett is in trouble. And Coe gets the revenge he wants. Coe wins. Second is Stroll. Third is Ovett. Fourth is Busser.
Who's there?
And it's Lemors from Ardros and New Jerusalem. Lemors from Ardros. An Ascot repeat with Ardros coming to challenge Lemors. Ardros for Ireland on the right of the picture, on the left, Lemors for England. Inside the final furlong, Ardros putting in a tremendous challenge on the near side, Lemors on the far side. There's nothing between the two as they race up towards the line. Lemors just asserting his superiority as they come to the line. He's going to win it. Lemors has won it from Ardros. Second, New Jerusalem. Green, Lester Piggott in the centre, being pressed by Final Straw. Posse now coming there strongly, just in behind him. On the outside is House Guard. And it's Final Straw, Hard Green, these two together, from Posse being switched from behind Final Straw, and then Starway over on the far side. Final Straw from Posse now as they race into the closing stages. It's Final Straw from Posse and Starway as they race up towards the line. Here comes Posse with a beautifully timed challenge for them to come to the line. Posse and Final Straw in a photo finish. Pat Henry's probably just got it.
Now to 3 furlong from home marker, Swan Princess and Taffy Thomas on the near side, in the lead. On the far side, Cree Song, Ballariga between them. And so they're coming now towards the final 2 furlongs. And on the far side, Cree Song, Edward Hyde is just about in the lead now from Ballariga, Abdu, Greenland Park towards the centre, Swan Princess on the near side with Charpo. They're running now towards the final furlong. And it's Pat Henry on Charpo on the near side now takes it up from Ballariga on the far side, Abdu. They've got about 150 yards still to go. And it's Charpo on the near side in the lead from Ballariga. And as they come now towards the last 50 yards, it's Charpo in the lead and he's going to win it from Ballariga, Abdu, Greenland Park, Cree Song. They are running, and Rhyme Royal is the first to come out of the stalls and has a fractional advantage through the first furlong. And so as they settle down, it's Rhyme Royal, Willie Carson in the lead, being followed by Mark Birch on Icelandic, then all in the group Masked Marvel, Sea Pigeon, Povros off on the outside, a gap then to Avidale, then comes Johnny O'Day, and finally Jimmy Bleasdale on Move Off. And so they completed the first quarter mile. Rhyme Royal quite happy to dictate the pace, and he's followed then by Barbaros and I standing on the far side, Masked Marvel nearest the rail, Sea Pigeon and John Joe Neal lies in 5th place. They're immediately followed then by Avidale, then comes Johnny O'Day, and finally Move Off. They have about a mile still to run. Little change in the order, still Rhyme Royal the leader. From I standing on the far side of Povros, Masked Marvel in 4th place in front of Sea Pigeon. Just behind Sea Pigeon is Avidale, then comes Johnny O'Day, and finally Move Off. And so they're running now to the 6th furlong from home point, where Rhyme Royal is still in the lead and still being followed by Icelandic, Povros and Masked Marvel. Then comes Sea Pigeon close up in 5th, and he in turn is then followed by Avidale. Then comes Johnny O'Day, and finally Move Off. They make the bottom turn, and still a very good pace, and they're all holding their same positions. That is Rhyme Royal still the leader from Icelandic, Masked Marvel and Povros, Sea Pigeon, Avidale, Johnny O'Day, and then finally Move Off. As they continue round the turn, they have 5 furlongs still to go. Icelandic goes up on the outside of Rhyme Royal, who still has the advantage. Then comes Masked Marvel and Povros. Meanwhile, John Joe Neal quite content to sit in behind the leaders with Sea Pigeon. He's followed then by Johnny O'Day. Then comes Avidale, and finally Move Off. So they straighten out and on towards the 3 furlong from home marker. Icelandic on the outside of Rhyme Royal, and they're immediately followed by Masked Marvel. Then comes Povros. And so with 2.5 furlongs still to go, Rhyme Royal is still the leader. From Icelandic, then come on the outside Masked Marvel, Then sitting in behind the three leaders is Sea Pigeon. They have 2 furlongs still to go. It's Icelandic now, the fractional leader, and he's been trapped by Sea Pigeon. Masked Marvel making his bid on the outer. Rhyme Royal under pressure, and so they're running now towards the final furlong. And Sea Pigeon now unleashing his run towards the rails and cruises up to join Icelandic. They pass the furlong from home marker, and it's Icelandic, but only just. But Sea Pigeon looks as though he's going to win because he's taken up the advantage. He has 100 yards still to go, and it's Sea Pigeon holding Icelandic. They come up towards the line. So another victory here for Sea Pigeon. He wins it from Icelandic, Masked Marvel, Rhyme Royal. Then a gap then to Johnny O'Day. Johnny O'Day followed him by Abbeydale, and a long gap after that to Move Off. And
Shergar being pressed now by New Continent as they race into the closing stages. Shergar from New Continent and Chief Speaker. Chief Speaker putting in a great run over on the far side, but Shergar has this well sewn up. This is one for Leicester. At the line, Shergar's the winner.
We knew he was a good class colt then. He was always going to stay well. I'm not saying we thought then he would definitely win a Derby, but we felt we had a horse with Derby potential.
Who's made it all so far, who continues in the lead, but his great rival, the genuine Irish stayer, Ardross, has moved up into second place. Vicomte with the noseband now shows third. Then comes Tundra, the only 3-year-old, blinking for the first time, making a little ground towards the outside, relegating the complete outsider, Majestic Maharaj, to last. They're inside the last 3 furlongs, and it's still Lamas out to complete this rare treble of winning the Ascot Gold Cup, the Goodwood Cup, and the Doncaster Cup for the 2nd year running, who's having to be ridden now by Joe Mercer, as Ardross for Ireland gets a lot closer under Christy Roach. They've just got a furlong and a half to go now, and it's the 2 principals, the odds-on favourite Lamas, the second favourite Ardross, not a lot between them. They've drawn well clear of Vicomte now struggling in third, Majestic Maharaj is fourth, Tundra is tailed off fifth and last, half a furlong to go. The gauntlet really down now, but Lamas has got first round. He's going to make all the running. He's going to hold on from Ardross, and coming to the line, Lamas wins the stayers treble for the 2nd year running. Ardross is second, and these 2 finished well clear of Vicomte third, Majestic Maharaj fourth, and Tundra fifth. A run in third. Then comes 4 Recitation, really bowling along well now. Robolino at the back and struggling a bit with John Mathias. Inside the final 3 furlongs, it's still Shergret from Belldale Flutter looking real danger now too. Here comes Recitation and Shergar as they race towards the final 2 furlongs. And Belldale Flutter now on terms with the Shergret, and Pat Edery has got a good run on him now, and it's Belldale Flutter in front, Shergar going well. Recitation struggling a bit on the near side. Robolino, the favourite, surely has got no chance unless he can sprout wings, and he can't inside the last furlong. And it's Belldale Flutter and Pat Edery clear now of Shergar. Lester Pickett second, and it's between these 2 former champion jockeys. Pat Edery and Belldale Flutter going to get the upper hand. We're racing up towards the line. Belldale Flutter wins the Whitworth Hill Futurity up the line. Belldale Flutter the winner, Shergar second, Shergret third, Recitation fourth. 5 the outsider, Admiral's Air, and 6 was Robolino.
Hello. Look who's just come in.
Oh, you mean our ex-supervisor's gone to serve on at Greasy Joe's?
Oh, she were all right with Elsie.
When it suited her.
Well, she was supervisor, you know. I mean, you have to be a bit laddie down in that job, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, love. I don't want to drink, Betty. I'd just like a word with Madam there, if you don't mind. Bet, if you don't mind.
She wants a word with you, does Elsie?
How does she?
It's not about that fella, is it?
Why not ask her?
But we don't want the slanging match in here, love.
Elsie? About last night. I thought it might be. What game do you think you're on?
Look, Elsie, I'm sorry that you had to see us like you did.
Oh, you mean you'd rather I hadn't found out at all?
I know how you must have felt, and like I said, I'm sorry.
Is that all you've got to say?
Well, there's not a lot more I can say, is there?
Well, I can, and I'm warning you, lady. Don't you ever try and make a fool of me again like that.
Try and make a fool of you, Elsie. I wasn't even trying.
Now, listen, you, once and for all, if ever again you put your sticky fingers on any fella that belongs to me, I'll knock that stupid peroxided head right off your silly shoulders.
Do you know, it's funny. I don't remember him, Dan, mentioning he ever had out to do with you.
No, well, he wouldn't, would he? He wouldn't have chance, not with you throwing yourself at him like he was the last man alive. Did he know that you throw yourself at everything in trousers that comes through that flaming door?
Funny you getting so upset, Chuck. I was under the impression he was under your roof as a lodger, bed and breakfast.
Now, don't you get clever with me, madam.
I thought you saw him last thing at night and first thing in the morning. Of course, I could be wrong.
You could be very wrong, so watch what you're saying. There could be
Elsie,
you can't even keep a fella of your own, can you?
At least I don't hold open house. Bring your lorry to Elsie Tanner's.
You cheap fowl! Now, float
I suppose the older you get, the more jealous you get, eh?
All right, I've
heard enough. Now, come on. Definitely heard enough. Shouldn't you be saying that to that bag?
it's you that's working
For
here.
God's sake, forget about the whole damn thing. She's on home territory here. Don't forget that.
Well, hey, wants it, Grace. What's been doing her? I don't know, but wants it, Grace. Ain't no better than wrestling on a Saturday afternoon. Hey, must be them lodgers she's been having. She said lorries, didn't she? Lorries? Hey, come on, we'll get sacked. All right.
Hey.
What?
Packet of cheese and onion crisps.
Over to you, John. And they're under orders and they're on their way. And the five break out on an even basis, but it's Turgorimu, the fractional leader, from Kirtling on the far side. Then Pat Hedrick can tend to sit just in behind them with Stormbird. Then comes Mizwaki running very freely and Centurious. So they run a furlong. Drevel Starkey on Turgorimu continues to lead from Stormbird on the near side, Kirtling on the far side. Then just in behind them comes Mizwaki on the far side of Centurious. And so they've covered about 2 furlongs, and the order's still very much the same. Turgorimu in the lead from Stormbird, the white cap on the near side. Then just in behind them then comes Mizwaki with, on the near side, Centurious, and on the far side, Kirtling. And now Stormbird right up on sides, in fact, a fractional leader at this point. And so with Stormbird, a fractional leader from Turgorimu, Kirtling on the far side. Then comes Mizwaki and Centurious, the 5 runners closely grouped up together and going well within themselves. That's the order back to Raleigh in the grandstand.
Where they're just past halfway, and it's Stormbird for Ireland in the lead from the long-time leader Turgorimu second, but here comes Mizwaki for France just behind them, and over on the far side, belying his odds, the extreme outsider Kirtling. At the moment, last of the 5 is Centurious, a 6-to-1 shot, but now the battle really on between Pat Hedrick on Stormbird and the white cap, and over on the far side, Drevel Starkey on Turgorimu. At the distance now, and these two have gone clear of the rest. Mizwaki in third, but he's got no chance with the first two are locked in a desperate struggle and racing up towards the lines. Just Stormbird from Turgorimu, the lonely down neck and it also half a length perhaps. Stormbird's going to win it up the line. Stormbird wins the Newhouse. Turgorimu second, and these two finish well clear of Mizwaki third, Kirtling fourth, and Centurious fifth. So they were right. This fellow is a good horse. How good remains to be seen, but he remains unbeaten. Stormbird it was, who was always a strong favourite for this race. Stormbird, who was unbeaten before coming here today, as were Vincent O'Brien's 5 previous Dewhurst. Harwood Yard. Up goes the white flag, so Dick Smalley has them under orders underway. 1.25 miles is the journey, and the first to show ahead on the outside is Belmont Bay from Nadjar for France, together with Rankin, that's very prominent. Behind these comes the Irish mare, My Hollow. Master Willie, the Derby runner-up, is right there in the front rank, together with the French Guineas winner in Fijar, who is followed by Corvaro, Blue Refrain, Starway, then the Irish filly Cairn Rouge, and the last 3 are Fingal's Cave, Hall Night, and finally in 13th place, Crackerval. But they're well grouped as they come to complete the first 2.5 furlongs, where the leader is Rankin, followed by Blue Refrain, Nadjar, Belmont Bay, Master Willie, in Fijar, Starway and Corvaro, and the last 4, Hall Night, Cairn Rouge, Fingal Cave, and finally Crackerval. Approaching the final 3/4 of a mile, and it's Rankin in front, Spotty's white face, from Blue Refrain second, then on the outside Belmont Bay is third, Nadjar and Alan Leclerc come next in fourth, then Starway, followed by Master Willie and Cairn Rouge. After these, Corvaro going well as they come towards the halfway point in the 1980 Champion Stakes. Still an open-looking race with the Derby third Ranking setting a really good gallop. Rankin in the lead still with that leader. Back to John in the stands.
And they have about half a mile still to go, and Rankin continues to make it from Belmont Bay, Starway, then just in behind the Blue Refrain. Then comes Nadjar, and so on towards the 3 furlong from home marker, where Rankin right on the rail still has the advantage from Belmont Bay towards the centre. Lester Piggott now picks up Corvaro on the far side. Starway under pressure, then Master Willie trying to come through in the centre, and so they have about 2.5 furlongs still to go. Rankin against the rail. Now Master Willie now picking up ground with Philip Waldron, and so come past the bushes on towards the final 1/4 mile. Rankin now be taken on by Master Willie. Nadjar just in behind them, also coming there, Cairn Rouge, and so with a furlong and a half still to go. It's Master Willie in the centre, Cairn Rouge on the far side, Rankin on the near side. These 3 locked together, and then comes Nadjar, but it's now Cairn Rouge who takes up the running. They've got about 100 yards still to go, and Tony Murray driving out Cairn Rouge as they come on towards the line. Cairn Rouge wins the Champion Stakes from Master Willie. Nadjar over in third, followed by Rankin, and then comes in Fijar, followed by Crackerval, My Hollow, Blue Refrain, All Night, Belmont Bay, Corvaro.
so. Fine at last. Here he is, over here. Stare him, right?
And it's Angelo Salvini kicking for home. Donegal Prince comes under pressure. Lester Piggott cruising just behind them. So too is Sea Pigeon and John Joe O'Neill. Morvetta, no bombs towards the stand side. 3.5 to go. Angelo Salvini, Donegal Prince, Shaftesbury now just switched to the outside. No bombs on the extreme left of the picture going well. They've just got under 3 furlongs to go now. Angelo Salvini, Donegal Prince, Shaftesbury, Morvetta coming with a run. No bombs, Sea Pigeon not out of it. Shaftesbury now coming up alongside. Morvetta to dispute the lead. Sea Pigeon coming with a customary late run. No bombs up on the outside. 1.5 to go. Shaftesbury now strikes the front. Morvetta, but here comes Sea Pigeon. The old gallant Sea Pigeon with a furlong and a half to go. In with the right chance. Shaftesbury is under pressure. And here comes Sea Pigeon up on the outside. Coming inside the final furlong. The old man's comfortably taken up. It's Sea Pigeon in the lead from Shaftesbury, who can do no more. A tremendous reception here from the Red Park crowd as Sea Pigeon storms home his third win in the race. At the post has the advantage, is the winner, Shaftesbury.
1980, for it threw together the 2,000 guineas winner Known Fact and Chris, unbeaten as a 4-year-old. Known Fact was owned by Prince Khaled Abdallah and trained by Jeremy Tree and ridden by Willie Carson. Chris, carrying the famous apricot colours of Lord Howard de Walden, was the mount of Joe Mercer and trained by Henry Cecil. As the betting reflected, Chris was considered nigh on invincible. In 15 starts, he had been defeated only once by Tap on Wood in the 2,000 guineas. Known Fact's victory in the Guineas was completely overshadowed by the disqualification of the winner, Nureyev, whose jockey Philippe Paquet had been found guilty of reckless riding at the 2-furlong pole. Sadly, that was the last we saw of Nureyev, and an attack of bronchitis kept Known Fact off the track until mid-August. Likewise, Chris, because of a pulled muscle in his quarters, was off the track following 2 wins in May until mid-September. Both warmed up for their Ascot encounter with victories at Goodwood. Of the other 5 runners, only Hard Fought, the Jersey Stakes winner and the mount of Lester Piggott, was considered to have any chance of upsetting the big 2.
Leading Chris in second, then comes Known Fact and Hard Fought, then Gift Wrapped, and then God's Mark, and finally Hypodermic. And Starway setting a real blistering pace here from Chris in second, Hard Fought and Known Fact matching strides as they pass the 6 marker. Then comes Gift Wrapped and God's Mark, and finally Hypodermic. They're racing towards the 5-furlong pole in the Queen Elizabeth II Stakes, and Starway with a 4-length advantage now over Chris in second. Then comes Hard Fought third, and Known Fact 4, 5, 6 and 7 are Gift Wrapped, God's Mark and Hypodermic. They're racing to the half-mile pole now, and as they do so, it's still Starway clear of Chris in second. Known Fact on the outside, on the inside of Hard Fought. Then getting a lot closer to them is God's Mark. Then comes Gift Wrap, and Hypodermic is tailed off as they race round the home turn now with Starway leading Chris. Joe easing Chris towards the outside of Starway to begin his challenge early in the straight. Into the straight now, and Chris takes it up from Starway, being pressed now behind him by Known Fact, and then Hard Fought towards the outside, and now Chris going for home. Chris and Joe Mercer now from Willie Carson on Hard Fact. Then comes Hard Fought, and as they race down to the furlong pole, it's Chris on the far side from Known Fact, little between the two. Chris the senior on the far side, Known Fact on the near side. Joe Mercer and Willie Carson as they race up towards the line. Chris on the far side, Known Fact on the near side. Known Fact with a fractional advantage. Chris fighting back. Known Fact is just going to win it. At the line, it's a photo with Known Fact probably just the winner from Chris. Then came Gift Wrapped and Hard Fought.
There was no doubt that Chris and the winner Known Fact were at their very best on this day at Ascot. It had been a furious pace from the start, and despite giving weight to the rest of the field, the two drew right away from the others in the final 2 furlongs. This was Chris's last race, and he retired to stud, the holder of 3 course records and the winner of 8 group races. The 1980 champion miler, Known Fact, stayed in training as a 4-year-old, but after a disappointing seasonal debut, wasn't seen out again. 8 years after his epic encounter with Chris, his son Warning claimed the Milers Championship with victory in the Queen Elizabeth II Stakes.
Rising tap tap, it's gonna get us all.
damn thing. And don't look at me like that. It's your own fault. I told you before. Wandering around the place. Don't answer me back either. Ah, you were supposed to be here an hour ago. It was rising damp. What are you trying to do? Ruin me? I'm attempting to let a room up there. Well, you can get rid of that for a start. My God, British workman. Hey. Oh, hey. Only hope you know what you're doing. This place had better not fall down in 3 months' time, you know.
Our work's guaranteed for 30 years, Squad. It'll see you out by a long way.
I haven't got time to bandy words. Hey, and wipe your feet on that.
Let's do it.
Rising down, it's climbing up the wall. Rising down, it's out there in the hall. Rising down, it's gonna get us all. Rising down, it's gonna get us all. Rising down, it's climbing up the wall. Rising down, it's gonna get us all.
The home stretch, and it's Policeman in the lead from Elamanamu for England, then Mrs. Penny, then three Troikas unleashing a run towards the outside, and it's Elamanamu and Willie Carson now from last year's winner, three Troikas. Elamanamu from three Troikas, here's Detroit unleashing a run towards the stand side, but it's Elamanamu in the lead from three Troikas and Detroit as they race up towards the line. Elamanamu and three Troikas, an argument putting in a tremendous run in Detroit, coming there on the stand side. It's going to be a photo finish. Detroit has just taken it up, and as they come to the line, Detroit is going to win it. Detroit has won it from argument, and Detroit on the near side, argument, and on the far side, Willie Carson, Elamanamu, and then came behind them three
Four fences to jump now, and Bouchereau also making ground. Night Nurse in the centre, on the outside Bouchereau. Coming there too is Ice Plant, and Druce is just behind them. They're over, and that's Night Nurse the leader, chased by Ice Plant, and on the outside comes Bouchereau, and they're followed by Druces as they run down now towards the third last fence, and that's Night Nurse on the far side in the lead. On the near side is Ice Plant. Night Nurse from Ice Plant, Bouchereau in third, and they're clear. They're running towards the final two fences now in this Red Alligator chase, and that's Night Nurse in the lead. What a comeback this will be if he holds on. Night Nurse in the lead. Coming to the second last, Alan Brown with a clear advantage over the second last from Ice Plant in second, Bouchereau staying on the far side in third, and they're well clear of Royal Charlie and Druces as they come down now towards the final fence, and Night Nurse is the leader from Bouchereau with Ice Plant in third, and they're clear of Royal Charlie, and then Auckland Jack at the last. Night Nurse, Bouchereau staying on in second, but Night Nurse puts in a good jump, and he's storming away. Night Nurse, what a great performance from the Peter Easterby trained former champion hurler, storming up to win this Red Alligator handicap chase, his first appearance on a race course in 15 months, and you couldn't ask for a more popular or convincing.
Love is real, real is love. Love is feeling, feeling love. Love is wanting to be loved. Love is touch. Touch is love. Love is reaching, reaching love. Love is asking to be loved. Love is you, you and me. Love is knowing we can be. Love is free, free is love.
very long run to the last. Bird's Nest lands in the lead from Celtic Ride. Connaught Ranger, Freight Forwarder, Halin, Gay George still poised just in behind him. They're rounding the home turn with one flight left to dump. Bird's Nest in the lead from Connaught Ranger, Celtic Ride, then Gay George, then Halin coming there on the stand side. Coming down now towards the final flight, and as they do so, Bird's Nest is the leader from Celtic Ride. Connaught Ranger, Gay George over on the far side. It's Bird's Nest from Connaught Ranger, Celtic Ride, Gay George, Halin also still well in contention as they come to the final flight. Anybody's race. Celtic Ride lands just in the lead on the near side from Bird's Nest, and then Halin putting in a very good run over on the far side. Gay George trying to get back into the picture, but it's Celtic Ride on the near side, Bird's Nest over on the far side. Halin coming between horses now, and it's Bird's Nest from Halin as they race towards the line. Bird's Nest, Halin, and Bird's Nest has won it. Bird's Nest has won it for me from Celtic Ride, probably second, and Halin third, and Connaught Ranger 4 and 5 was Gay George, 6 and 7 Freight Forwarder and Ivarine. So the result of the Beulah Hurdle. First, number 3, Bird's Nest, owned by Mr. ICG Scott and Mr. Bob Turnell, trained by Bob Turnell and ridden by Andy Turnell. Second was number 4, Celtic Ride.
As they continue round the turn, they have 2 more flights of hurdle to go. Freight Forward is still the leader from Bird's Nest, Halin and Celtic Ride. And the second, third and fourth well grouped up together as Freight Forward continues to make the best of his way home, but now being pressed and the pressure really on now because Bird's Nest comes through on the rail now, and Celtic Ride got a double handful right in behind him, but it's Bird's Nest who jumps at the first from Freight Forwarder. And then comes Celtic Ride and Halin, so they have 1 to go as they run now towards this final flight. It's Bird's Nest, and Halin now looms right up on the outside. Celtic Ride right there with a chance on the inner, and it's between the leading 3 as they come into the final flight. Celtic Ride on the far side, and Bird's Nest, who very nearly went there. They got 100 yards still to go, and it's Celtic Ride in the lead and going away from Bird's Nest and Halin as they come up towards the line. A success here from John Frankham on Celtic Ride. Bird's Nest is second, Halin third, Freight Forwarder now finishing fourth, and as I look back, a very tired and well-beaten Topsin will eventually finish last of the 5 runners. And that was blatantly obvious a long way out that Celtic Ride was going so well, but so too was Bird's Nest and so too was Halin. But it was Celtic Ride who showed the better turn of foot as a next to leader, takes it better, but I don't know, both a mistake there, but Silverbuck recovers well, now goes into the lead from Anna Clock's Daughter. Night Nurse is in third place, then behind them comes Diamond Edge and also Bachelor's Hall, and so they're making the turn, and Anna Clock's Daughter fighting back at Silverbuck, and Night Nurse also closing in on the 2 leaders, and so they're making their way back towards the straight. They have 3 fences of the King George still to go, and it's Silverbuck just a fractional leader, and Night Nurse and Alan Brown coming looming up on the outside of Anna Clock's Daughter. This is the third from home, and it's Silverbuck, Night Nurse and Anna Clock's Daughter, those 3 together, and Night Nurse just made a mistake there. They're running now towards the second last, and it's Silverbuck, Night Nurse and Anna Clock's Daughter. That's the leading 3. They're clear of Diamond Edge, 2 to go, and Silverbuck over in the lead, but only just from Night Nurse under pressure. Anna Clock's Daughter fighting back hard to get on term, and so they're running now towards the final bend. It's Night Nurse on the near side taking on Silverbuck, who still has the lead. They're coming towards the final bend. It's Silverbuck in the lead, over, and Night Nurse is gone. Oh my word, he hit the top of that one. Anna Clock's Daughter now fighting back. Silverbuck is in the lead. They have 100 yards still to go, and Tommy Carmody looked all set to complete the 3-timer. He's done it. Silverbuck is the winner. Anna Clock's Daughter is second. Then comes Diamond Edge over in third. Chinrunner 4, and a long way back then comes Tide Cottage, and he will finish over the line now. Bachelor's Hall is being the last one to finish, with the exception of Teddy Coon, who's been the back marker all the way through, and already the quotes are now pouring in for Silverbuck in the Gold Cup. Ladbrokes go 8-1, Corals go 9-1, and then we have a quote here from the William Hill organisation, 8-1 Silverbuck from Tens, and the Toad have now slashed Silverbuck's odds for the Gold Cup 14-1 down to 8-1 after this win in the King George VI Chase, won by Silverbuck for the 2nd year running in the colours of Mrs. C.E. Feather, trained by Michael Dickinson and ridden by Tommy Carmody. And so Tommy has now completed the 3-timer, having won on this horse last year and the year before on Gay Spartan. And what a race. Night Nurse must have been in there with a live chance. but it took it all wrong in the closing stages. Unseated Alan Brown, but let's see that and also the closing fences as we rejoin.
Hey, Mr. Churchill comes over here to say we're doing splendidly. But it's very cold out here in the snow, marching to and from the enemy. Oh, I say it's tough, I have had enough. Can you stop the cavalry? I say, oh yes, yet again, can you stop the cavalry? Mary Bradley waits at home in the nuclear fallout zone. Wish I could be dancing now in the arms of the girl I love. Wish I was at home for Christmas. Bang, that's another bomb on another town. Wilders are and Jim have tea. If I get home, lift and tell the tale. I'll run for all presidencies. If I get elected, I'll stop. I will stop the cavalry. Wish I was at home for Christmas. Wish I could be dancing now in the arms of the girl I love. Mary Bradley waits at home. She's been waiting 2 years long. Wish I was at home for Christmas.